Okay, good morning everybody. Welcome to today's Microsoft Flight Simulator live stream. We're starting off. Now I know it says Spitfire Saturday and this, but we're going to start off here in Panama. We're going to take off from this airport here, the Marcos A Gelabert, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, International Airport near Panama City. We're going to come out over this way now. I got a couple surprises for you that I found as I was kind of checking the area out last night. But we're going to take off. We're going to circle around. We're going to follow the canal inland towards the Atlantic side and kind of check out some stuff along the way. So let's get in here and get ready to fly. Hopefully everybody's doing well for this Saturday morning, afternoon. Early Sunday, perhaps, for some folks. So let's do this. Now, I think I've adjusted the time enough that it should be light here, but we'll adjust the time more if we need to. Nope, we're good. Got a few clouds. I didn't want to have a completely blue sky, but it should be fine for us. All right, I'm talking just yet. We'll get the plane started up. This will give everybody a chance to kind of come in and there we go. So I'll call and ask for our clearance.
Ground Froggy 237, request taxi for takeoff departing straight out.
Froggy 237 taxi to and hold short of runway 19er using taxiway Charlie Bravo. Contact tower on 118 decimal tree when ready.
That's not the way I was hoping to go. Should have gone to runway 1.
Short runway 19er via taxiway Charlie Bravo Froggy 237.
Okay. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Ah! Come on. This thing was ready to go. I wasn't even ready to go, and it just wanted to go. Alright, so 19er. I kind of checked this airport out last night. Runway 1 is down there, so 19 is... Hold on, let me look at my airport stuff. Why is this thing saying it's... This thing keeps shifting over. I don't know why it keeps doing that. It's getting a little annoying. Alright, hold on a second, folks. Let me look at the chart here. Nope, that's not it. That's not what I wanted. PMG, there we go. Make sure I know which way I'm going. So 19, if I look at the... So yeah, we got to turn this way. All right. I'm just going to taxi down the side here, and then we'll... All right, so we're gonna take off, and we're gonna kind of circle back around to the way we want to go. So that's okay. We'll have a nice little bit of scenery. This thing is going to annoy me today. I don't know why it continues to... kind of going all over the place here. I was expecting to go to runway 1 because that's what happened last night, but this morning it changed it for me. I don't know why. But that's just how it is sometimes. Oh, now it's saying, hold on. What in the world is going on with... It's like everything's kind of playing up today. I don't know why. I think over last night it would have been fine. Okay, let's try this again. Hello, Circular Envy. How are you today? Welcome. You said, oh, like, oh, what? That's a very... That could mean a whole number of things, Circular Envy. So if you care to clarify, you're more than welcome to. Good. Up, good. Thank you. Yep. Just had a pretty decent night's sleep after yesterday. That was a long flight. And thank you all for the comments and the kind words and all that. So, all right, let's stop here. Get our clearance.
Tower Froggy 237 ready for departing straight out at runway 19er. Froggy 237 altimeter 29er decimal 9er to wing 275 at 7. Departing straight out approved.
Good morning, Mick. How are you?
Runway 19er.
Cleared for takeoff runway 19er Froggy 237.
So we're flying over the Panama Canal first. So even though it says Spitfire Saturday and the Cessna 152 Panama Canal, we're starting with the Panama Canal first because that was where we were going to fly in the Spitfire. But the distance between the Pacific side and the Atlantic side, it's not very long. It doesn't take long to get there flying-wise, in a straight line. So even if we were trying to see some of the sights, it's a bit unreasonable to try to do it in the Spitfire because the Spitfire is way too fast. So I kind of modified it a bit so that we could still see so typically this would be something we would do on a scenic Sunday. So I was trying to kind of kill two birds with one stone, but we're going to do this flight and then we're going to hop in the Spitfire and fly that. So we're squeezing two flights in today. That's the great thing about captain's discretion. Make sure all my bits and bobs are on. Yeah, we were already taxiing, so that's all good. All right, let's go. So we're taking off near Panama City on the Pacific side of the canal. But we're heading... I wanted to take off the opposite direction, but that's okay. We're going to make this work. And we're going to start off with a bit of fun. Right off the bat. So we're going to turn around here, right here, as best as we can. I want to head back out over the water the other direction. So I don't want to go over the canal just yet. So, I don't really have a favorite plane. I mean, they all... This is a question I get a lot too, and that's okay. I don't really have a favorite. I mean, they all... I like different stuff because everything has its own... You know, like, every plane has a purpose, I guess. So I prefer not to think of a favorite, I guess. Well, I mean, in theory, it would be the F-14. If we're talking just, yeah, it would probably be that, but that's, you know, that's a fighter jet. But I don't, you know, that's a very subjective thing because it's, you know, every plane has its purpose, I guess. So, all right, so our first thing we're going to do, I found this yesterday. Oh, I found 2 bridges. Now, here's the thing that, for new viewers, if you don't know, I never pass. If I can find a bridge that I can fly under and I can do it while we're flying, I can guarantee you I will do it. So I found this bridge. This is the bridge that is basically kind of the gateway into the locks of the Panama Canal on the Pacific side going towards the Atlantic side. So we are going to fly under that bridge first off, just to get things started. Now again, I know in order to do this in real life, we would have to have a lot of permission and all kinds of stuff. But luckily in our sim world, we don't have to worry about that. So we are going to fly under this bridge. I gotta drop the throttle just a bit in case we have to nose over and get a little bit lower. I don't want to overspeed, but so the bridge is kind of right here. It's the beam there is blocking it, but I know where it is. So there it is. Okay. I figured we'd start off with a bit of under bridge flying hijinks. Now this would have been cooler, of course, in the Spitfire, but like I said, the Spitfire is a bit too fast. That's okay, Circuit Learner. You don't have to apologize for having to go to study. Go do your thing, man. That's fine. It's all good. So yeah, never pass up an opportunity here. I saw that and I was like, ooh, let's try flying under it just to see if we can. Now, if last night I tried it and I crashed, and then I would have been like, okay, we're not going to be able to do it. So... there we go. That's how we do that. Oops. Now I'm like getting a little bouncy here. So basically, I want the plane to kind of settle right about here if I could get it to. Because then at least we can see stuff a little bit easier. Of course, now it's going to nose over on me. That's just how it works sometimes. Because now it wants to, it's like trying to get this thing to settle down. Now, one of the things that I found yesterday when I was kind of doing a bit of a recon of this area, the locks and everything are not very clearly defined. It's a bit more of a, I was a bit surprised, but I guess it's just the way that, you know, when they were making the photos of this area to create it here, it's, you know, there's a lot of movement in this area, and so I think it's not as good as it could be. I think somebody would have to go there and actually scan it in order to... Ooh, that's what... Oh, I hit more flaps. That's... Okay, no wonder why things are acting up. Oops, daisy. So yeah, see, like the water levels, there's like this weird sort of area, and it kind of just keeps... So I think there's an issue with the way that the, you know, this area is, the shape of the earth, and the fact that the water levels go up and down as needed. So yeah, I think there's just, but anyway, so here we are. This is our first lock. This is going towards, I believe, one side. There's two sides. There's this side, and then there's another area just over here. So one is the exit, one is the entrance. I'm not sure which side is which. I'm guessing this side that here to our left is the exit, and the area over here to the right is the entrance, going towards the Atlantic, and this is going, the one here to the left is going towards the Pacific. I think that's how it works. But it may depend on, they may swap it as needed. I don't know. So, there we go. And then I found, you'll see right off in the distance there is another bridge. So hopefully we're going to stay right about here. I'm trying to get this thing to level off just a bit, and then we'll fly under that bridge, and then we'll keep going. So talking about distance. Now, last night I was still thinking about the question. A lot of people were asking me about why does the plane look like it's slow. So I Googled the question, okay, and this is the general answer I got, or the answer that made a lot of sense if you think about it. So we were up, so a 747 is about 6 miles up in altitude, right? Roughly, give or take, okay? So if I'm viewing that plane from the ground and I watch it go across, because it's 6 miles up, it's going to appear very slow, right? So we are 6 miles above the Earth, and so everything is going to appear, because, you know, when we're on the ground, we're kind of moving with the Earth, so you get the sense of speed. And when we're just standing outside, we know the Earth is rotating very fast. Oh, thank you, Mick. Appreciate that. So we don't get that sense of speed, right? Even though we know, you know, based on gravity and stuff like that, we know that we're going fast. It's just our bodies don't know it, you know, because we're used to it. So, you know, if you're driving, you know, when you drive, oh, here's the other set of locks right here. Now there is a boat there, but it's not clearly defined. But it looks like that looks like a container ship or something.
Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
So,
Squawk 3737 Froggy 237. Froggy 237 radar contact 5 miles northwest of Gelabert 1,300 feet. Clear through the Charlie airspace.
Dive down here a little bit. We got to get off the throttle, because otherwise we're going to overspeed, and I don't want to do that. So the way somebody termed it was, if you're driving in a car and you see a point in the distance 6 miles in front of you, it's going to appear that it's moving slow, right? But if you but as you get closer, of course, it tends to, you know, then you get the hello flight simulator dream. Oh, nice. Good morning, Daniel. Nice to see you here. I'm guessing you are preparing for your run to the chip shop. Oh, welcome, Flight Simulator Dreams. Glad to have you here. So, you know, it's a distance thing, and that's why, you know, but when you're driving, the things closest to you appear to go faster, but the distance seems like it's moving slower. So like you're like, oh, I gotta go, I still got like 500 miles to go or whatever, and you're just looking at the distance, and it's like, why isn't that 500 seem to be going quicker? Because I'm driving 75 miles an hour. I should be just, or I'm driving 100 miles an hour. You know, so it's a distance thing. And so it kind of made sense, and it went in conjunction with the movement of the plane, the movement of the planet, and all those sorts of things. So yeah. So we got a bit of a verification of why it appears this way, you know. So even though, like, the Concorde flies at 2 times the speed of sound, and you're still going to take 2.5 hours, it may not feel like you're flying Mach 2, because it's going to be at a high altitude in order to fly at that speed. So you're going to be like, man, this 2 hours seems like forever, or 2.5 or whatever. It seems like that's just, why isn't it going quicker? I expect it to go quicker because I'm flying at 2 times the speed of sound. So our flight yesterday at Mach 0.83 for our cruise, that's just below the sound barrier, you know, not too far off. All right, Daniel. Well, we'll be here. We got another flight after this, so that should kind of answer the question of why it appears. Now, of course, the closer, now we're only at 72 knots, right? But it looks like we're flying fairly quickly because we're much closer to the terrain, right? We're following the canal. So that's why it appears like we're going at a pretty good pace, because we're much closer to the scenery. So hopefully that explanation makes sense, because we had a lot of people, and I get it. It seems like we're not moving fast. I thought the flight was going to last 9 hours, but it turns out it was about almost 7 hours. So I overestimated the time, which is fine. But so yeah, it was all told 6 hours 15 minutes yesterday. That's not bad, really, if you think about it. Now it seems like that was forever, because when we took off, the sun was just coming up on the East Coast. We flew, but if you notice, it seemed like before we knew it, the sun was setting behind us, because it had moved across the planet, you know. So we were flying towards the sunset, you know, or not the sunset, but the fact that it was already dark, or getting dark in Germany and on the west coast of Europe generally, you know, the UK and all that. So it, you know, I knew I was going to fly, at some point we were going to be flying in the dark, but I didn't know when we would be doing that. Now let's go out here and have a look here. So yeah, we're at a good altitude here, I think. And I just, not going too high, we're not too low, so at least you get some sense of the scenery. Thank you, Oscar. Yeah. So the Pacific Ocean is behind us there. This is a truly amazing engineering feat that they created this. This was all dug out. They created this in order to move commerce from one side of, you know, either the Atlantic to the Pacific or vice versa. Otherwise, the ships would have to go all the way down the tip of South America and then go back up, which took even longer, was not a very safe passage, you know. So this worked out very well for trade and commerce around the world. So yeah, absolutely amazing stuff. And there's been slight improvements over the years, and you know, there's been more technology. I don't know, Oscar. I couldn't tell you. I don't work for them, so you would have to look at their. You would have to ask somebody who worked on this whole project. I couldn't tell you, man. Sorry, but yeah, that's. I appreciate the question, but I couldn't even begin to answer how long it took them to put all this together. I'm guessing it took a very long time, and they put, I guess, in a way, what they did is it's kind of a place marker, and then they go back and they keep improving it. You know, they add more details, and they keep making improvements. So, yeah, but that's a question I couldn't even begin to try to answer. Sorry. Well, no, because this is Bing is there's a way that you can import on the PC side. There are people who use the Google Maps mod, I guess. They use the maps through Bing. So, because Google is its own entity, they're not a Microsoft. If they were owned by Microsoft, then I would say yes. But that's not. Yeah, Google is its own sort of thing. So I don't think Google would just, unless Microsoft was willing to pay them a boatload of money for it. But they do. They update the stuff. So over time, these areas will be in better detail and all that. So it will slowly improve yeah. But I noticed somebody was talking about in the forums that there is a mod that they can get to use Google Maps as their, like photo, basically this is a view of the Earth from the air, and then they kind of render it in like the trees and everything else. So they have an idea, and it's I'm sure it's a very complicated process, and I don't pretend to know how it all works, so I couldn't say. So, as the ships move here, they're going to move into this huge man-made lake. And then they, the ships, sometimes they may have to wait there, I guess, if there's a lot of traffic ahead in the canal. So, hello WMKI, welcome. So, now we're going to have to try to find...
Panama approach on 119.7 for Frothy 237. Panama approach Frothy 237 900 feet. Frothy 237 Panama approach altimeter 29.9 to continue as planned.
So this is the area where it's easy to get lost. I didn't make any markers. I thought, well, we'll kind of fly by the seat of our pants today. So what I'm going to do, yeah, it's man-made, Oscar. They dug it all out. If you Google the story, it took a long time. What I'm going to do is I need to add our airport markers, because I need to know where our I think our airport is over there. So we're going to turn a little bit this way. So, all right, take care, WMKI. Appreciate you coming in, saying hello. Do leave a thumbs up on the way out if you feel that you're able to do so. So yeah, it's a absolutely fascinating story, Oscar. It took a long time, and a lot of people got sick from malaria, and it was just, yeah, it was a quite an undertaking, but they managed to do it. Now, for many years, the okay, that's our Enrique. That is our, yep, that's our destination airport there. So we're near. See, look, it didn't take very long to fly, did it? I mean, we've only been streaming for a short while, and we're already at the Atlantic side. Now, if we were in a ship, they have to follow. They can't go very fast through the canal zone. They have to maintain a certain speed because there's a lot of traffic through the canal zone. But here we are flying 73 knots, and we're almost already on the other side. It didn't take very long at all. So if we would have been the Spitfire, it would have taken much quicker because we're flying at a faster speed. So there we go. But yeah, check out the story, Oscar. There's a lot of history with it. The U.S., basically the Army Corps of Engineers and, you know, other engineers all came together and did this, and then the U.S. controlled the canal zone for a long time. And then the deal was, at a certain point, the canal zone was handed back to Panama. So Panama now has control of this zone. So and each, 82 kilometers long. Now, for like the cruise ships that pass through here, and even with the ships that pass through here, they have to pay like a toll fee. So the owners of those shipping companies or the cruise lines, they send the payment to the canal zone or to whoever it goes to, and then it, you know, they can pass through. So that's a lot of money being generated in this area. Yep, 1904, and I think it ended in, it was either the late 90s or early 2000s. Might have been even the 80s. I don't remember. I know it happened. I just don't remember when. But thank you for the tidbits of information there, Mick. Now that almost looks like a small dirt strip here, although it's not marked as such, but it almost looks like you could theoretically set a plane like this down right there. If you're going slow enough, you could stop before you reach the end. As long as you came in low and slow and set it down and hit the brakes right away. So we're just kind of cut across here. And I think the entrance to the Atlantic side is right over that way. So we're just going to fly over this way and then we'll turn. We'll turn over that way. We'll find it. Then we'll call in over to Enrique A Jimenez, or Enrique Adolfo Jimenez Airport there. So we will put this on the ground. We'll pop over into the Spitfire. We'll do that flight. That's going to take about an hour to do, so we'll be close to 2 hours of streaming today. So thank you all for coming in and hanging out. Not as a big of a party as we had yesterday in the chat and all that, but that's okay. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I remember, you know, the show, The Love Boat. They did a couple specials where they went through the Panama Canal and they talked about all that stuff, and a lot of it I never knew, like the, you know, how they go through the canal, and the fact, you know, like the cruise lines pay a fee, you know, there's like a toll basically that they pay to be able to pass through. So that should be the entry, or the going over towards the Atlantic side, right there, kind of in front of us now. So, but here's this huge lake area, you know, so if there's a lot of traffic, the boats can kind of park here and wait until they're told they can move towards the canal. I think that's how it's supposed to work, if it's necessary. So yeah, it's not a very long route, Oscar. Yeah, it could. If you could gas up and take off with. Yeah, it would be absolutely fine in real life. Yeah. We heard of a crash in the Panama Canal. I don't know. Cargo ship. Oh, I don't remember that, but that's interesting. Looks like there's a ship right here. Look at this. It looks like, or maybe it's a little bit of a rock. Oh, maybe it's a rock. This is kind of sitting out here. Yeah, I've never heard of that, but I'll have to look into that. That sounds interesting. Ooh, I think I see... Do I see another bridge? I think I see another bridge. It might be too low, though. I might not be able to do it. But as we get closer, if it looks like we can. For 2 weeks. Oh, interesting. Well, It sounds familiar, but I don't remember... I remember hearing something about the canal being blocked for 2 weeks. I do remember that, but I didn't... hello, Mr. Addies. I don't remember all the particulars of it, so... But thank you for pointing that out. That's interesting. Lots of facts being presented today. Lots of bits of information. Very interesting stuff. Thank you, everybody, for participating in that. Good stuff. It's real nice. So there we are. There's the exit canal area. We're going to fly over that, and then we'll get ready to call in for our landing request there. So... Oh, you're welcome, Mr. Addies. Well, welcome back, Daniel. Yeah. Glad to pop in and say hi in your stream there, Addies. Not a problem at all. So there we go, right there. There's the other end. Looks like there is a ship there that was getting ready to either was coming, it had left the Atlantic, it was headed for the Pacific. Yeah, because there's the, it's like the bridge or whatever. It's like, it looks like an oil tanker or a cargo ship, something. Kind of neat. And there's another one in there already. Look at that. So when they took this, or when this imagery was done, there was ships in the America. That's a I thought well, if you didn't know that already, I apologize, but that's been a topic covered numerous times, I think. But yeah, America, East Coast, and that's as far as the answers or the questions will go. Okay, East Coast of the United States. So there we are. There's a cargo ship right there. Look at that. So it looks like it's waiting to go in to the locks there. That's absolutely amazing. All right, let's. Yeah, that's too low of a bridge. I don't think I could squeeze under there safely. So we'll give a pass on that bridge. But we got 2 bridges flown under. That's awesome. All right, let's call into. There it is, right there.
Jimenez Tower, Froggy 237 is 6 miles southwest, 1,400 feet with whiskey to land.
Froggy 237 Jimenez Tower.
Hello, store. Yeah. My dad and I were talking about that last night, as a matter of fact. But you know, it's weird because we typically don't. We get like a side of it. We don't get hit straight on. It's like it passes by, but we get the side of the tail side of it, or whatever you want to call it. We get just a bit of it, but not like, you know, the lake regions and stuff like that. The farther north gets just pummeled. But by the time it gets here, it's shifted, and so we only get a bit of it. All right, so 1-8 is towards the side of the Atlantic there. So what we're going to do is we're going to fly over the airport, get a visual reference of our runway, and then we'll circle back around and put it on the ground. So there we go. But that's it. I mean, it's amazing, but there's not. When you think about the canal, you think of this huge, you know, really monumental area. But in the scope of things, it's not. Good morning, Amela. It's not very big. You know, flying over it seems like it's small, but if you're in a ship 6 to 7 hours, it's like, oh man, because you only can go so fast in the canal zone. But yeah, so there we go. All right, so I know 360, runway 36, not 360. This runway 36 is on this end here, where my right wingtip is. So we're gonna fly over. We'll come back around. So again, as part of doing the homework before I do a flight like this, I get a sense of which way the airport is orientated. So I kind of know already ahead of time. But it's always good to check, trust but verify, what we think is. Look at, oh, it was weird. This cloud over here to the right over here looked like there was like an arch, kind of. I was like, wait a minute, what's going on? So there we go. All right, so we'll fly over just to get a sense of where we're going to put down at, and then we'll be set to go. Trying to finish my coffee here as we're getting ready to land. Ugh. So the numbers should be kind of, I guess, kind of clear. we're not too high up, so we should be able to see the 3.6 as we fly over. So yeah, you can barely make it out right there at the end of the runway. So we verified that that is not the runway we've been given permission to land at. So it's over here at the other end, of course. Now, the other thing, oh yeah, we had a little bit of a dusting yesterday here and there, but yeah, I figured you'd get, yes, it's 7 in the morning where I live, JJ. You're right. It's about 7:15. So one of the other things too, now that we see, we have a lot of trees. We have to get over those trees to get to our runway. So what we're going to do,
Froggy 237 wind 275 at 7. Cleared to land runway 18.
oh my goodness, I did not, sorry about that. Yep, I did. When I was drinking the coffee, I forgot to unmute myself. Sorry about that. All right, so real quick, yeah, we had a bit of dusting here, Amela, so I could imagine that it's headed your way and gotten worse. Let's see, what's the other question here? Joseph says, I love snow. Daniel says, keep it. Yeah, the Long Island railroads being shut down, that's pretty crazy. So Fish Guns, what I do is I start on Twitch, because I downloaded the Twitch app on my Xbox, and then I use a website called Aircast, and so I put in the Twitch stream stuff, and then I create a yeah, I know, yeah, I was saying Guten Abend to you. I think that's the correct greeting. So, and I didn't realize I was muted. I apologize. So what was I saying? Yeah, so once the stream starts on Twitch, then I start the stream through Aircast, and then I start the stream on YouTube. I go live on YouTube, so that's how I do it at the same time. That's the only way I can do it, because the system that was used on Xbox in the past, I can't remember what it was called. But Microsoft did away with it, so we don't have that ability anymore. All right, let's start slowing down here. I gotta go back inside here so I make sure we line up correctly. I lived in Germany for a bit, so I did learn some of the phrases. I took a couple German classes recently, but my instructor, because where I lived, it was in like the southern part of Germany, and so she said, "Well, you have that the southern, like, you know, your dialect is not like neutral or whatever, so your pronunciations are off." And I'm like, well, this is how I learned it, so I apologize if it's not to your standards, so yeah. So she said I learned a lot of bad habits. Which I thought, well, okay, I thought I did okay. All right, there's our airport. Here we go. Ooh, let's turn our landing lights on. Ooh, here. Oops. Nope, nope. So we are a well-lit aircraft. We like to be well-lit as we're coming in. So yeah, I was trying to remember. I knew it's Guten Morgen for morning, but I was trying to remember the appropriate, when does it go from, you know, to Guten Abend and stuff like that, because we covered that in my German class recently, but I'm trying to remember all that stuff. So I don't speak a lot of languages fluently. You know, I know a few things, like in French, bonjour means hello, I think. I'm not eating yet. I think you already know the answer to that, Daniel. You know, Mel is eating the pre-breakfast breakfast right now. Whatever that may entail. The pre-breakfast breakfast. And then about 8:30 or so, then he'll eat the breakfast. And then about 10:30 or so to be the post-breakfast breakfast. Kind of coming in at a steep angle here, but that's okay. We got this. I wanted to kind of make sure we get over those trees, but we'll be fine. So like I said, we got plenty of runway to work with here. You should know by now that's how Amela works with the food consumption. You know, you have it's the pre-lunch, the lunch, the post-lunch, the early dinner, the dinner, and then the late dinner. You know. We'll kind of use this. We're not right on the numbers, but at least we're... Ooh, there we go.
Turn next taxiway.
And there we are. We'll probably go down to the end here, and then we'll turn. So I don't think that's not a taxiway there. Oh, thank you, Mick. I appreciate that. Too kind, sir. You're a scholar and a gentleman. I don't care what Amela says. All right. We will. Looks like there's a taxiway down there, I think. Yeah, it looks like it. So there we go. That wasn't too bad for our first flight for today. Thank you, Amela. Appreciate it. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Could have been a little bit better, but yeah, not too shabby for not knowing the area too much. But that's why we try to verify where we're supposed to be coming in at, and then at least we knew that we were going to be, the trees were going to be there. So.
Contact ground on 121.7.
Going to 121.7 Froggy 237. Ground Froggy 237, request taxi to parking. Froggy 237 taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Alpha.
Thank you, Joseph.
Taxiing to general aviation parking via taxiway Alpha Froggy 237.
Thank you, Daniel. Appreciate that. We try to do our best when we land. So. So let's we'll kind of zip over here, and then it should be fairly evident now because I don't have the markers on where we're supposed to go, and that's fine. We can kind of guesstimate. We're looking for a ground crew basically with the Miggy. Oh, thank you for the subscription, Miggy. I appreciate that. And we picked up quite a few subscriptions yesterday. I greatly appreciate it, everybody. Good to see the numbers continue to grow. So, thank you. Awesome stuff. Do join us. We try to fly 7 days a week whenever possible. Saturdays are usually Spitfire Saturdays, hence the name. Sundays is our scenic scenic Sunday. So that's how those names kind of came together. So tomorrow, before we fly around San Francisco Bay Area in the Stearman 75, we will be on Train Simulator 2. I don't know which route just yet. Kind of feeling maybe we should do a German route, but we'll see. See if I can remember some of the PZB, those warnings, and keeping the train moving without getting, the train stopped because we didn't acknowledge the speed board or something. All right, looks like there's a crew right there. We will yeah, that might be it. So we will turn here so we can see the person. I was gonna say I heard a vehicle moving, but I didn't know where it was. Oh, I think. Well, which way are they? Oh, I'm going the wrong way here. Oops, a daisy. I think. Try to. Oh, yep, I am. We'll park it over here. That's all good. We'll just kind of cruise around here until we know which way we're supposed to park. I think I see it now. Yep, I see now which way we're supposed to go. Get out the way, get out the way. Just gotta pull forward just a little bit. Yes, JJ, I do fly around in America. But I try not to do that all the time. I just try to fly different places around the world. So there we go. There it is. And then we just down here, hit the battery, and then there we go. 42 minutes of flying. Ta-da! Not too shabby. All right, let's go back here and hop over. Now, this is the part, again, we're talking a little bit about the captain's discretion. Okay. Now, I think last Saturday we had some folks in who were asking for me to fly the Spitfire over India. Okay. Now, what I decided to do today, okay, JJ, we're not doing viewer requested flights today. Okay. Or I'm not taking those. February is already booked. So at the end of February, we'll do all that. So that's what I'm trying to do. So please, I do appreciate your enthusiasm, and I know you want to see, like, I'm guessing that's your local airport. So yeah, we have a plan already in place. So anyway, so what I decided to do, captain's discretion is always in effect. Because I still wanted to fly the Spitfire on Saturday, I came up with an idea. Now, it may not be, now this is the thing about if you say, well, I really want to see this. So I'm going to fly in India right now. It may not be the airport that you want to see, but it's your country. So the broader terms, I try to find a reasonable compromise. So for my viewers from India who wanted to see the Spitfire in India, here you go. Okay. So I am, hopefully you appreciate this. All right, and we're going to do something a little bit different today as well with that. So we are going to go BOMM. So, if there's a way I can do something that it fits in the schedule, I'm more than happy to do it. It just depends on the, what kind of time I have, and, if I can do it something reasonably, or at least some kind of a compromise, I will try to do it. But, so I'm trying to satisfy the request in a reasonable way. Right? Okay, so there's that. Coming in here. Everything okay, but can you what? Oh, I guess you weren't. So we'll go VOR to VOR. Now, I did test this out as well last night. So I think I need to go back. There we go, right about there. So I did kind of get a sense of this. So what we're going to do is we're going to take off, and we're going to kind of show you. We're going to take off from here, and we have to, oh, no, we don't. Oh, perfect. So we're going to go here, and then we're going to take off and just go right this way. Perfect. Excellent stuff. All right, so let's get in here, and I'll get everything set up, and then we will be on our way. So hopefully you enjoy this flight. I'm going to try to finish. How many airports are still before? Well, that's JJ. That's a very, I don't know the answer to that yet. I've tried to find stuff, honestly. I try to find different places around the world that are interesting and places that I feel comfortable flying in and out of depending on the aircraft that I'm using. So I understand your enthusiasm for wanting to see that airport. I get it. I have a plan already in place. Now, if I can modify my plan sometimes, I will absolutely do that. But right now, that's not possible. I'm trying to do this, and you're asking me these things. So please keep the information at hand, okay? And at the end of February, on my when I'm doing another long flight, and I say, give me your, if you're the first one who puts it, and I can do the flight, then it's yours, okay? So that's how it works, all right? So please respect that, okay? But I'm happy to have you here, don't get me wrong. All right. That's why I made some of the Fridays, viewer requested flights. And I'm trying to do stuff that, hopefully people enjoy. And I get that not everybody's going to enjoy it. But there is a system in place. And I just hope that people respect that. Okay? So I think that's what you would want if you were doing the stream. Oops. So, all right, battery on. Videos on. Oops. That on. That on. Drop those. I think I've got all my switches here. Let's turn on our navigation lights just for safety. All right, so let's get it started up. Now watch this. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put so I can. I was hoping we would see like a big puff of smoke. Hello, I don't know how to pronounce your name, so, but yeah, but JJ, if I will, I'm trying to. It was for sale, JJ. All right. So let's go here. Ask for our departure.
Chennai ground Froggy 237 with Yankee request taxi to the active straight out departure.
Froggy 237 taxi to and hold short of runway 25 using taxiway cross runway 25 Delta. Contact tower on 118.1 when ready.
Taxiing hold short runway 25 via taxiway cross runway 25 Delta Froggy 237.
Let me. I want to look at the runway layout, and so I know which way I'm going here. So taxi. All right, so we are basically down over. We said 25 Delta. Taxiway cross runway 25. Okay. All right. So, all right. I think I know which way we're gonna go. We're gonna have a nice little tour of the airport here. So I need, actually what I can do is this. Where's my assistant? I'm gonna have to do that, so I can kind of see which way to go. Looks like I gotta turn around here. There we go, alright. Yeah, otherwise we'll be driving all day. I don't want to do that. I like to get up in the air and fly. Alright. Perfect. Oops, that's what I wanted to do. Okay. I'm just looking at your airport stuff there. So that's a pretty small airport there that you're talking about, JJ. So it would not give me... I would have to really think about the choices of the aircraft that I would fly in if I were to do that flight. So you may not like the, I guess the choices I would have to make in order to do that. But, yeah, there's I was just kind of looking to get an idea of your airport, and there's not even a chart, so it's a very small airport. So I'm guessing it's not a, I don't know if that's a private airport or something, but there's not even a runway chart or anything for it. So I can't even get, I'd have to spawn in there just to get a sense of it, but yeah, but gather, so between now and the end of the month, JJ, here's what you can do to help me help you. Your departure airport, which you already gave me, and then I need where you want me to go. Now, again, remember that because your airport isn't, I don't know anything about it, don't give me a flight that is going to be like a bit unreasonable. Okay, so give me the information. I'll try, but not yet. But on the 28th of February, when I'm doing another long flight, you know, like we did the other day, then you can give me that information. If you're the first one in to the chat to say I want this, if I can look at it and say yeah, I can do that, then it's going to be yours for that first Friday of March. Okay, that's how I'm trying to do it. So you've got plenty of time to gather some information, look at your options, okay, and look at what planes fly in and out of there, or just get an idea of what happens at an airport, so I can work within those constraints. Okay, but when I pulled it up, there was no, let me try it again, because there was there's no, I don't even get a chart. Only, 2,671 feet. That's a very small airport. So I wouldn't be able to fly like a Airbus out of there. So that's why, you know, if I can do it, I'll try, okay? But it will, if you give me that information on the 28th, if you're the first one in the chat, or if you're even the second one, if I get the first flight already booked, the second flight, if you were the second one in the chat to request it, then you will get the second Friday of the month. So I'm trying to, you know, I think I'm trying to be more than reasonable for what we're doing. So, but I can't guarantee you which day I would do the flight unless, you know, I work within the rules that we've set up. Okay? So, all right. We're on our way to the runway here. But if you give me the information, here's kind of what happened yesterday. Somebody said, well, can you go here to here? And I said, well, I can't do that. Or, you know, you gave me kind of a general location, but I can go from this airport to this airport. I waited for them to say yes or no if that was acceptable, and they never go back. So then we moved on. So I try to give you an opportunity to say, yep, that'll work. Or, well, no, that won't work. No thanks. So, here we go. You know, because if somebody says, can you fly in the UK? Okay, well, that's a very broad area. You know, is there any place specific? Or are you telling me just pick 2 airports in the UK? I can do that, but then you'd be like, oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Well, you need to give me the information. So, anyway. All right. Let's get ready to skedaddle out of here and get on our way. Oh, I almost forgot something because I got so wrapped up in other things. All right. So we're going to sit here for just a moment. We're going to do some stuff.
Chennai Tower Froggy 237 ready for departing straight out at runway 25.
Froggy 237 altimeter 29er decimal 9er 21271 Departing straight out approved. Cleared for takeoff runway
I'll go
25.
to 11540.
Cleared for takeoff runway 25, Froggy 237.
115. All right, so that'll be our. Now I gotta change this. So I need the map. Well, we're gonna start. Oops. Gonna start here, and then once I see the first barker, which is KKP, show up, then I'll switch over to the map. So at least I know which way we're heading. So, all right. All right, here we go. Oops. I think we are all set. All of our... Oops, let's jettison the... You know, like that ugly looking additional fuel tank underneath. All right, let's go. And away we go. All right, there we go. Oops. Come on.
Froggy 237 leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Oops.
Chennai Tower Froggy 237 frequency change. Chennai approach Froggy 237 is type Supermarine Spitfire 3 miles southwest of Chennai 2,500 feet. Request flight following.
Froggy 237 Chennai approach. Squawk 5464.
Squawk 5464 Froggy 237.
Froggy 237 radar contact 4 miles north of Victor Oscar Tango X-ray 2,400 feet. Altimeter 29.902.
Roger Froggy.
There we go.
237.
And we're going to zoom in just a bit here. Oh, zoom out. There we go. All right, so we are on our way. So the cool thing is there's a bit of technology built in, which I was like, let me see what I can do to use this. So here we are. We're on our way to our first waypoint. It's not going to take very long to get there, so I'm going to tune into the next one while we're on our way. Oops.
Chennai
Because it's going to 50.
Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
There we go. So we are set for that.
237 Chennai approach. Cleared through the Charlie airspace.
Cleared through Charlie airspace. Froggy 237.
Oh, well, welcome, Manoj or Manoa? I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. I apologize, but you're welcome. Glad to have you here. Hopefully you enjoy the flight. We are on our way to, well, if you read the description for today's, I thought I put it in. If you read the description for today's flight, I pinned it. That's interesting. Our destination airport is in there. So, yeah, we're just going to have a bit of fun here. Folks were asking about if I would ever fly the Spitfire in India, so here we are. They didn't. I'm trying to satisfy a broad, that we are in India, not specific airports. So, but yeah. So happy to have everybody here. Hopefully everybody enjoys the flights. We do love flying the Spitfire on Saturday, partially because it is a bit of a handful landing wise. But we've gotten a bit better at it. We do make some mistakes still every once in a while, but we're slowly improving our landing. As you notice on the takeoff, the thing is, this is a V12 engine. It's got a lot of torque, and so it's very easy for the plane to get kind of crazy, even on the. Oh, nice. So it's we have to kind of manage that a little bit better. So I think we're doing well with it now. So let's just have a look here.
Froggy 237, contact Chennai Center on 118.9.
Oops.
Good day.
118.9, Froggy 237.
So we are almost at our first marker. It didn't take very long to get there.
200 feet.
Froggy 237, Chennai Center, altimeter 29.9, continue to Kilo Papa as planned.
So we're going to be there, and then we're going to turn to the right a little bit, and we're going to go that way for quite a distance, and then we'll turn right again and head up towards the airport, and then we'll call in for our landing, and we'll be done. Now, one of the things I did test yesterday, so if I turn this volume on, right? Now listen to this. Now I'll turn it back off after we get a few. So, I'm not going to even say your name. You wanted to come in my chat and say that? Then there we go. I'm on the Xbox. There is multiplayer on it, but I'm not too... I don't know that it works very well. So, but hopefully one day when things kind of... I feel a little more confident about it, and I get to know some of the people who would like to fly with me, then we'll give that a go. Okay. All right. So that's the Morse code. Sorry, I was dealing with an unpleasant person in my chat. That's the code for that marker that we were flying towards. So that's the KKP is the last one. So I'm just going to turn it off. But I was trying to. So now the next waypoint comes up, and we're going to tune in. We're going to change frequencies right here. And so we will churn and follow that path. Now the issue is that the BBG marker does not have a Morse code associated with it. That's the what I discovered yesterday when I was kind of just getting a feel for this flight. So, and we should be on 11550. That should be our, yep. All right, so now I'm going to dial in our last one so that it's already set up. It's 116. There we go. So we are all set. So yeah, so that person, just so that everybody knows, they put said some unpleasant things in the chat. And before, now the good thing is, not that I don't trust my moderators, if somebody puts something in that I get the sense is not going to be a very proactive part of the conversation in our chat, it's an automatic boot. Okay, I'm just going to ban you and I'm going to report you. So there we go. And then I'm going to let YouTube deal with you. Okay. So there was no reason for anybody to come in and be nasty or whatever. If you don't like what I'm doing, you don't have to be here. That's how it works. I like to have as many people here as possible, and hopefully everybody enjoys the flights and everything. But there's no reason to ruin it for everybody else. Because I do respect that we have a lot of people from all over the world who've been coming in and enjoying what I'm doing. And that is just absolutely fantastic. I'm happy that people from everywhere are finding what I'm doing. It's nice, it's relaxing, you know, that sort of thing. That's what I want. Even though I'm not perfect and I have my bad days just like everybody else. But I try to have a nice, chilled space for everybody. So if you're chilled and you want to just come in and watch and to hang out, more than welcome to. But if you get disruptive, or I feel like you're getting disruptive, oh, we are way high. Oops-a-daisy. I was not expecting to climb to 11,000 feet. Okay. So All right, so there we go. So I'm just going to kind of turn back on this. Yeah, I won't even hesitate. I'm not even going to give you a chance to try to correct your attitude or whatever. It's just I don't have time for that. So. Luckily, I'm in a space where the I'm in a oops, I wonder if I need to turn. Is it this? Oh, everything's on. Right? What's that red light for? If do not take off if light on. Okay. That's interesting. Oops, I'm getting off course here now. I wonder why that was. What was it that would have prevented us from taking off? Madras is old name. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, thank you for sharing that. Interesting. Good to know. I did not know that. Learn something new every day, so thank you. We like to learn new things whenever possible. That's very interesting. I had no idea. And I think a lot of oh, I think I have the turn that off. Oh, I think I know what I did. Let me just change that real quick because I had to. I already know where we're going, so I'm gonna. Sorry. It's the POI. There we go. I should have double checked that before we took off. There we go. Now we're set. What was I saying? I forgot. Well, oh, I know what it was. I get the sense over the years in a lot of countries that names have changed of the airports, and sometimes in Microsoft Flight Simulator, those names are not changed. So, or even in some cases, the 4-letter code has been changed. So, yeah. I've found that out quite the hard way while I've been planning flights, so. Oh, I did not want to be climbing this high. Goodness gracious. But, well, at least we have a nice view from above. I think we're on the right track here. Pretty much. We're it's a small adjustment here and there. I thought I pinned that, but let me double check because for some reason it didn't. It's not showing up at the top. I thought I hit the pin. So for new folks coming in, just in case it doesn't, because normally I see it at the top there, but it may take a minute for it because So yeah, if you're coming in and you don't know what we're up to today, please read the description. We already completed our flight over the Panama Canal earlier, so we are in the Spitfire over India right now. Yeah, I know, Baron. That's what I'm explaining. The sound of the aircraft is better than ASMR. Okay, Ken. Yeah, that may be very true. So I know what it says, Baron. I forgot. I should have changed it around, and I will at the end. I was trying to have a bit of a surprise for everybody. Happy Sunday to you alls. Welcome. I'm guessing where you live, it's already Sunday morning, so happy Sunday to you. So yeah, we did the 152 first, and now we're doing the Spitfire. It's a bit backwards, I know, but I apologize for the confusion. I'll have to change it in the title. Matter of fact, I'll do that now, because I think we're at a pretty good spot right here. Let me change that. So I apologize. I should have checked that before, but I do apologize. There we go. So now it's now it should be correct. 6 hours. 6 hours till Sunday. I'm staying up since tomorrow. Oh, happy birthday to your mom tomorrow, or later today, technically, because you said you have 6 hours till Sunday. So, well, do try to get some rest, because that's important as well. Can't be tired for mom's birthday. So there we go. We fixed the script, or but in the description it's correct. I just forgot to change the title. So I was doing that last night as I was pretty tired from yesterday's long flight. So there we go. I apologize for the mix-up. Yeah, but I appreciate you coming in and hanging out until then, while you got some time to wait. We're basically, oops, that's not what I want. It's weird. Sometimes it goes right to where I want it to go, and other times it doesn't. All right, so we have 77 nautical miles to go to our next waypoint, BBG, right there in front of us. Even though it's very hard to see, we're on the right track. We're heading in the right direction. Technically, I just got to turn a little bit, and then we're staying on. Yeah, for the flight sim, it is only on PC and Xbox. I don't think that Microsoft would ever, unless they think it's going to be a good cash grab, I don't see them allowing it on the PS5. But unless Sony and Microsoft could come to some kind of agreement, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. Okay, so basically I'm on Twitch. Now I know it used to be, and I don't remember the system or the service that Xbox had originally for streamers, but they did away with it. So I stream on Twitch because I can download the Twitch app on my Xbox and use that to stream, and then I use Aircast to stream to YouTube simultaneously. So there we go. Yeah, this is a PC and Xbox only because it's a Microsoft product. I was hoping to be a bit below the clouds, but this is a pretty fantastic view here. Yeah. Well, they probably knew that they would make more sales on the PC side, and they can do that because it makes sense. But as far as putting it on the Xbox, hello, welcome. I'm not sure what your name is, so I will welcome you either way. It says 01, and I don't know quite how to read that language. Sorry. But happy to have you here. I don't know alls. You'd have to contact customer support for that. They could tell you for sure. If you haven't played it yet, then I would venture to say yes. And you just tell them that you thought it was going to be compatible on the PS5. You realize now that it's not, and you would just like a refund. But it's up to them to say yes or no to that. So, but that's where I would start, is customer service. They could tell you for sure. Nothing. Okay. Mick's got you covered. Hopefully that translation of the name is correct. But either way, welcome. Happy to have you here. We are on our way to a waypoint here. I really wish there was a way that this could go quicker, but so we're on our way to BBG. I can read it barely. I prefer to be a bit more zoomed in, but it's very weird sometimes how to get the. I would have to keep changing the flight views with the camera. But in my country, from buying PC, it's almost like, yeah. Congratulations, Daniel. Hopefully it went well. Hopefully it's pretty tasty. Yeah, I understand that it's expensive and all that, but yeah, sorry you thought that you could do it on the PS5 and somebody may have misled you. I don't know, but yeah, I would contact the customer support and see if you can get a refund on that. But if you haven't bought the game yet, then don't buy it. Then you know not to waste the money. But sorry about that. That's unfortunate. Thank you, Madras. You're right. Sorry. Yep. Thank you for the reminder. I appreciate that. Yeah, I definitely was tired yesterday when I was doing some of this stuff, so. There we go. Thank you. But thank you for the follow as well. Appreciate that. Welcome. So I use my money saving from. Oh, yeah. yeah, you'd have to either talk to customer service or you have to go back to the store and say, you know, if you didn't download it and it's still in the packaging, then I think you're going to be okay. But you know, it's up to the folks that sold you the game to say that they'll accept it back or not. So, you know, I don't know what the rules are, what the, you know, how that usually works where you live. So, but hopefully it works out for you in the best. Wanderer's Pilot. I feel like I've seen your name in another Twitch stream. Do you follow Captain Arish by chance? Because I feel like I've seen your name before. Do you watch his videos on Twitch also? Just out of curiosity? Open the DVD. Oh, yeah, you're going to have to contact customer support then. Sorry. But yeah, hopefully you get get a good result out of that. Otherwise, you unfortunately may have wasted your money. So, well. Oh, no, I'm talking to somebody in Twitch, alls. That's okay. I've got two chats going at the same time, so it's a different chat, alls. So, yeah, I would, like I said, you need to contact customer service or ask, go to the website, back to the website where you bought it from and see what they can do to help you out with that. But if you opened it, they may not accept it back. Sometimes that's the but you have to ask them what the rules are and how that's going to work. So I don't know. I texted them just now, but their eShop is open, but they won't. Okay. Well, just give them some time and hope for the best, and hopefully, like I said, you get a response that is favorable to you. But that's the best advice I can give you on that. Otherwise, I don't know what else to tell you. Sorry. No, no alls. I don't plan on doing a face reveal anytime soon. Sorry, but no. I try to remain a bit anonymous, I guess, in a way. But how yeah. Yeah, I know, Mono. I can't answer that for you alls. I don't know what to tell you. You have to, you have to contact the company that you bought it from. Ask them if you're going to return it, what is the policies and everything, and see what they tell you. Okay. you have. I appreciate that you're a bit anxious now that everything that you thought was going to work together isn't. But I implore you to.
Resume on navigation.
Oh,
Contact Bangalore.
so we're near.
127.7. Good day.
Yeah, we're 30 something nautical miles from our marker. Well, there we go. Yeah, my best advice to you is you got to contact customer support and wait for them to answer, and just tell them what happened in your situation. Yeah, email them. But given the time differences, they may not get back to you right away. So yeah. No. It's finals, and I'm trying to figure out a way to help you, but the best place to start is the customer service. That is always your best bet. So. So we are getting closer to our next waypoint. We're starting to lose some altitude, so that's good. We're going to have to dump a lot of altitude between now and our next waypoint. So I think if we're just stay kind of right where we're at and then let the plane start to descend naturally, I think we're going to be okay. Well, there you go. So at least you have some use for the PS5, but I know it's not what you bought it for. So anyway. The Series S is more readily available than the X, and that's what I'm using. So you could get a Series S, and that's usually a bit more affordable as well, because there's more of them out there. So HW084, thank you. Sunshine Strength, and I think that's a airline pilot. I think that's what that little person represents. But thank you. And Twitch streaming tab app, some sort of glitch, no worries. And I see you are in yes, I am. That is correct. We do that on Sundays before we fly our scenic flight. We should see our marker in front of us here in just a moment, and then we will. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's the best answer I can give you, alls. The Series S is. Yeah, I don't know what else to tell you. Sorry. So our next marker is BIA, and that is near the airport that our destination is. So we're coming near the end of our flight today. We will be, once we get there, it should be a short, I think. Let me did I save it? Yes. So the portion of this flight, our next marker, only 16 nautical miles, so we're near the end here. So there we go. No, it's got to be either the Series S or the Series X alls. That's your only options, unfortunately. So I've not seen Spider-Man No Way Home, so I can't comment on it. If somebody else has. Oh, thank you, Menno. Appreciate that. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. If I'm not, I do apologize. I'm trying to do the best I can with what I see on the screen. So, hello, Santiago Vargas. Welcome. So we're almost there. Yeah, we're reducing some altitude here, and then we should be set up for our landing. Yeah. So. But all like 99.9% of your questions, if you Google it and just do some research, it will tell you where it will work, what it will work on, and all that. So, so there's a lot of ways to get more information and all that. I'm trying to help you, but I'm also, starting a flight. Okay, take care. That's fine. Happy to have you here in the meantime. Hopefully you have a good flight there from San Francisco to Singapore. Stop over London. Oh, okay. No. Okay, Manoj. Is that correct? Manoj? I'm trying to get it right, but Manoj. I think that's correct now. Oops. Yeah, I try to. Since I have a lot of international viewers, I try to get people's names pronunciation correct as best as possible. So yeah. But happy to meet you, and thanks for coming by and saying hello. Okay, Manoj. Okay, thank you. Well, welcome, Manoj. Do enjoy the rest of your morning, evening. I'm not sure what time it is where you live, but because I did advance the time a little bit so we could have some sunlight during the flight. Mr. Shark, I don't know you. That's a bit rude to come into my chat. Thank you, Amela. And just ask me to subscribe right away. I don't, let's get to know each other a little bit more. And if I, but, yeah, that's, wait a minute, do I recognize, were you here yesterday? It is pronounced wrong. And also, oh, thank you all. I know, but I try to, it's a sign of respect, I think, to the viewers. So I do try to get it right if I can. Mr. Shark, were you in the stream yesterday on our flight to Frankfurt? I kind of recognize the name, but I might be wrong. It's, oh, well, do enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening then, Manoj. Hopefully you have a good one. Okay, so we need to tune that. Alright, so I gotta really churn now, so yeah. We gotta catch way back up now. Well, it doesn't have to be right on the dot there, Alls. It's okay. But I hope you enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening. I do appreciate the subscriptions and all that. But yeah, I mean, I don't think I would ever go into somebody's stream that I don't know very well and ask them to subscribe to my channel. I like to kind of build that relationship, if it were. It's not, just so that we get to know each other and you're like, oh yeah, I can support you and I can subscribe to your stream and everything. So, but yeah, you know, like the list of people in my awesome streamers. Okay, cool. Thank you. I will definitely. I'll have to try to catch you sometime. I don't know when you stream. It might be when I'm asleep. I don't know. So if I can, I will try and catch you and have a look and see how things are going for you. So. Oh, so Manoj, is your Twitch name Madras Pilot? Oh, okay, that makes sense now. Because you said Madras was the... Oh, okay, it is you. So, I was wondering, do you follow Captain Arish as well on Twitch? Because I feel like I've seen your name in his stream before. But I might be wrong. But I kind of feel... 1 million subscribers. Well, thank you all. I don't know that I'll ever get there. We're only just got into 200 subscribers, so that's a long road to 1 million. I don't know that I ever want to be that big of a YouTuber because there's a lot of... it can get very... you have a lot of toxic people that come in and start arguments and stuff in the chat, and it's a lot of, yeah, it's not a very positive thing always, so, but thank you. Ooh, right through the clouds. Hello, Bex, how are you? Nice to see you here. The answer, they said they won't refund it. I don't know what to tell you alls. That's the I don't recall the name, maybe, but even if I do, I don't enter. Oh, okay. All right. I thought I'd seen your name, but like I said, I could be wrong. It might be something that I saw that was similar, and I was like, maybe it was you. So, okay. He's on Twitch a lot. So. He's been streaming, he said, for over a year now, I think. So, yeah, I don't know what else to tell you, my friend. I gave you all the options that I could think of. So, sorry. Alright, so our airport is nearby, according to our little marker here, so let's look outside and get a look to see if we can identify it. We're looking for a strip. Oh, we're just right over it right now. Okay, so that is our landing runway right there. So I'm going to call in and ask them for our... Oh,
2 miles east, 8,200 feet with Kilo
perfect.
Land.
My co-pilot handled it.
Foggy, 23,
Yay, co-pilot.
Altimeter 29.9er, 2 wind 271 at 7. Fly straight in runway 27 right.
Yeah, I know what you mean, alls, but you know when
27 right, Froggy 237.
27 right. Okay, hold on a second. I don't know. I gotta look at this. I don't think. All right, I might have to do. Okay, we did 27. Oh, we did. All right, I know where it is. So, all right, we're gonna lose a little bit more altitude here. We're gonna start slowing down. Let's kind of turn back towards the airport and get eyes on it again. I might have... Did I pick the wrong... Am I at the wrong ambush site? Nope, this is correct. Okay. Got to get eyes on it again and make sure I know which runway we're lining up on. But I think I saw very briefly as we were flying past it which one we're supposed to be going to. Kind of losing the airport here in the sun. I think it's over. What was it? It should be right over here somewhere. Just kind of get an eye for it. Ooh, that sun is very bright here. I remember we flew over it just over here, so I think I see it now. Let's just have a quick look, and then we'll line up again. I just want to get a visual reference here, which way we're going to go. Ooh, we're going to have a nice little bit of a sunset landing, looks like. Oh, yep, this is it.
Clear to land runway 27 right. Clear to land runway 27 right, Froggy 237.
We got the clearance, but where did the runway go? Oh, okay, I see it there. Where did it go? Am I flying the wrong direction? I might have turned too early here. Back this way. All right. Oops, a daisy. Right, we're on a crash. We're pretty low now. All right, let's get another visual of the runway. I had it, and I don't know where it went. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to sort out the where my airport went. I gotta get my bearings again. Find the airport, and then we'll line up for our approach. Looks like we're right. Oh, I see it now. Okay, there's 27 right. That is our runway there. So there, it looks like, according to this website or to the charts that I have, they did add another runway. So there, it looks like when they took this picture, the construction was still going on for that second runway at the airport. So it has gotten bigger since Microsoft or Asobo, whoever did the visual stuff, did their thing. So see, I turn, and then it's like I lose my reference again. It's very easy. It's like it disappears in from my view, and so I'm like struggling to. Okay, I see the construction. So that's my visual reference. Okay, that lake is my reference. There we go. That. Almost going to see a crash there because when I put the cursor on, I don't have control of the aircraft. It's like it's doing its own thing, and it's not always a positive thing. So, all right, here we go. Long runway, so we got plenty of stuff to work with here. They even turned on the lights for us. Awesome. prop just a little bit more. Come on, prop, where are you? Oops. Come on, prop. Oh. There we go. A little bit more. Oops. Boy, we got to turn it a little bit. So that will help a bit with the torque coming in for the landing here. All right, here we go. And that is how we do that. Woo!
Foggy 237, turn next taxiway.
Probably gonna have to bypass that one and keep going. Oh, maybe I can turn here. Woo-wee!
Foggy 237, contact ground on 121.65. 121.65, Froggy 237.
Thank you. Pretty close to butter, I guess, is possible. 121.65. There we go. Taxi to parking, please, and thank you.
Request taxi to parking.
Let's get our taxi lines on so we know where we're going. Oh, looks like right there.
Taxiing to general aviation parking via taxiway Alpha Froggy 237.
That probably has been one of our... Oh, of course you are, Milla. That's probably been one of our best landings in the Spitfire ever. Since we've been flying it. I would have to think that that's our best one. One of our best. Woo! Oh, it's... You're fine. Don't worry about it. I don't expect everybody to be here. After this, he would be... You'd be so angry. I don't know what that means, alls. If Swiss 002... This, he would be so angry. I'm thinking you meant to say if he read this? I don't know. Not making much sense to me. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's probably one of our best. And that was all without any kind... We just had to find our visual references. It's okay to go around to make sure we know where we're going. So it all worked out in the end. So there we go. So, anyways. Oh, alls, it's an inside joke. Daniel, Amela, Mick, there's a few of us that we all know each other for quite some time, so that's what Daniel's referring to. So it's a little inside joke, that's all. No, we have a lot of people from all over the world, alls. We have a very cosmopolitan viewers. We have people from all over coming in and hanging out, so which I do enjoy, as long as people are respectful for one another. That is always the preferred way of interacting in my chat. All of you are full of all kinds of questions today, my friend. That's just how people's names are. That's just how it is. So, alright, let's put the parking brake on and let's shut this thing down. Okay, and let's make sure we turn our battery off right there. And that's it. We are done. Ooh, that was a lot of flying today, wasn't it? Not as long as yesterday, that's for sure. That was only 52 minutes, but it seemed like it was a lot longer. So it says we had... Okay, so we had a daytime takeoff and a daytime landing. That's perfectly fine. I do on YouTube is watching people random streams. Okay. Anyway, that is going to wrap it up for today, folks. I do greatly appreciate everybody coming in and hanging out. Tomorrow we'll start off on Train Sim World 2. Do tune in. I don't know which route we're going to do, but we'll find something fun to do. And then we'll go flying over San Francisco in the Stearman 75. So do join us for that. We'll be in a little biplane. We're going to have a nice, interesting flight around the Bay Area and talk about some things there. And then we will wrap that up. Okay? So I will see you all tomorrow. Do enjoy the rest of your Saturday morning, afternoon, evening, early Sunday, whatever the case may be. We will see you then. Until then, peace. Live long and prosper.